Here I am, Leon C., aka Morpheus. You are listening to the Academy of Wow, Men. And I am your professor here. You are now present in the classroom. You're sitting now in the classroom, perhaps by your listening imaginations. But nonetheless, you are here as if you are sitting in the chairs before yours truly. I had an epiphany this morning. I'm going to share with you. It's not a no-duh situation, but it could be. But I want to share this with you because it's very vital. It's very vital. I was doing a lot of conversing with plenty of various people this past week. That is married, non-married, and definitely women. And some of the major things that the women talked about when we had a discussion based on the modern relationship. And yeah, we've talked about this before where it's different. This is the 2020s and it's not 1950. There's a lot that have changed between that time and today. But I began to listen to these women talk about how they love their career, they love their independence and going to make their own money, and they don't want to depend on a man, and they want to go out and pursue their singing career, their apprenticeship, their entrepreneurship, just multiple things that usually men get into. And it dawned on me. It dawned on me. I thought about not only what we have been through as a race of humans on Earth, even though I know some of us may not be, not the way that we have changed the curriculum and the goalpost and how we're living today. Clearly, there's been some intervention. Clearly, there's been some distraction. Clearly, there has been an energy or a power that have created a complete rift between men and women. That is obvious if you are open-minded. But that's not what we're going to talk about. I want to say I clearly understand. The epiphany is, if she was me, if I was this woman and I just recently, just a few years ago, gained a plethora of liberations and I'm working my career, I'm 22 years old, I would probably not be so interested in having a child either. I'd be very cautious as to who enters my body. I would be more interested in going to get the bread and butter. I understand. Then I also thought about what causes this sort of interest. What motivates them to do that besides just having money? See, the problem with things like money's just an example. It's just like kids. Once you let children run out of the door anytime they want to, or they're able to go into the refrigerator any time of the day that they want to, or they can play with their cell phone or their video game any time of the day that they want to, and then eventually you tell them, no, stop, you can't do that. You immediately, when you try to change the curriculum, you're going to crush their world. And they are all too eager to become rebellious, angry, mad. There's going to be a fight. It's going to be a struggle between you and that child. And they're going to wonder, why did you allow us to do this for so long? Why did you let me go back and forth in the refrigerator? Now you want to give me an eating regimen because now I am obese. Now the doctor says I got to eat certain foods at certain times a day. And now you are restricting me to help me from myself. See, the independence or going where you want to go, doing what you want to do, is an intoxicating thing. I understand, ladies. I understand and I overstand it as well. But there is something else in this stream, which is a lot of, there's stress, there's struggle, you have to take on a certain mentality to deal with the outside world. You have to put your emotions aside when you get into the business world and the corporations and becoming a business owner. You have to transform yourself. You have to mutate what is otherwise different. Now, when you go back in nature spoken, not men. It wasn't patriarchal. Nature said that men and women were built for certain things based on your nature. Just like men are physically stronger than women normally and generally. Just like men are typically logical creatures and women have a higher sensitivity to emotions. That's just the way that we are built. And then, of course, it comes down to childbearing. While she's carrying her child, or bearing kids, or becoming a nurturer, or probably even if you adopt children, she's still doing that task while the man leaves the home and he's fighting the lions and tigers and bears. Oh my. Yet, what happens is there's a transmutation, or to make it simple, mutation. And what is this mutation that I speak of? Well, let me give you an example here. Because we see it, I see it, and I've explained to you multiple times in my recent audios that when a man doesn't polish his manhood, when he stops taking care of his physique, when he begins to don the dress, if he puts on makeup, if he becomes feminized, if he is no longer playing basketball, going to the gym and doing manly things and operating the backhoe and the diesel truck and everything else, he begins to recede his masculinity and his testosterone. He begins to become softer than what he used to be. Or if he's muscular, his muscles begin to recede. He begin to become flabbery, soft. Even his mentality, even his voice becomes a lot more lighter and softer and not so strong and just very much just, hey, how are you doing? I used to be a man, but now I talk like this, just very, very soft. Just very, I haven't practiced my masculinity nor my testosterone. Testosterone is very low because I don't get out like I used to. And now this is what you get. So let's do the reverse, ladies and gentlemen. So you switch the roles here and say the woman, for example. It's the same thing. Where a woman is built to be, well, hey, how you doing? Hey, how you doing? Hey, baby. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I cooked and I washed the dishes this morning. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, your boots are by the door and I fed the kids. And yeah, when you go to work, I'll go pick up the groceries and pick up the mail for you, baby. Now she talks like this, I'm out there getting the bag now, and I'm a boss, babe. So I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a boss. I own my own company, and yeah, I got to deal with the world, and I'm rich, and yeah, that's what, bro. That's what, bro. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, bro. And she's giving you a fist every now and then. You know, when you high five somebody, but you give them a fist bump. Yeah, what's up, bro? Yeah, I got me a Lamborghini outside too. Yeah, I'm about to roll over here on Maestros, and it happens. Why? Because once upon a time she was soft. She was dealing with the softer things of life. These sensible, feminine, easy things. Just go in the kitchen, wash the dishes, chill out, watch a magazine, look at a magazine, and take care of the garden and the kids and relax a little bit. Put her legs up on the coffee table and chill. But when she have to deal with the outside world, when she has to be tough like a man, when she have to pull the strings and be a director of directors, mutation begins, because there's no choice in the matter. She don't have a choice. She has to don the metal shield and armor that men usually don to fit in the shoes of other men, or to tackle the business world around other men around the round table, and it's never easy. And oftentimes a lot of women eventually, one way or the other, which we understand with false allegations and lies, they depend on their femininity in those circles to maneuver or finesse their way up to the top. That's not all of them, but it's a lot of them. But here's the problem. Here's the thing. Being at home as a stay-home woman or stay-home mom isn't so bad. It really isn't that bad at all. But I understand sometimes you get bored. You want to have your own way and your will and your life availabilities, whatever choices that you may have, but you're losing something in the process. The woman loses something in the process of deciding to leave the home to do what men are typically known to do. Nurturing capabilities, wanting to be in her feminine all the time. And then, of course, we got health defects that we don't need to talk about, and the increase of autism in kids, and kids that are being born just deformed, the better sake of vocabulary words. Where does this come from? Because the chemistry of the body is made, her body is made to nurture, and don't use the word incubate because that's a very terrible word to use, but to help mature the next gene or next generation from her wombs. Her womb, not wounds, womb. So it suffers. But here's the thing, and I'm going to tell you men and women, and this is I was going to save this for a separate audio altogether, but it fits perfectly right here in this spot, because between going out and getting the bag and being a so-called entrepreneur, whatever she decides to do, versus being at home and being a stay-home mom, there is an excuse that a lot of women use, and we're going to talk about it. But I'm going to make it very short and simple. These are two things, men and women. You say it. And this is a pet peeve of mine. This right here is what you call a breaker situation for me. There's non-negotiables on the table, and this one is something that if you say it, you're out of the game. You're pushed out. You have nothing to talk about. Pack your bags and leave. You're done. I'm going to trade you tonight. As a matter of fact, while you're standing there, she'll be standing right next to you. Your replacement is right here, ma'am. Goodbye. I'll introduce you to. As a matter of fact, she'll say, hey, my name is Sarah. How are you? Oh, your name is Brenda? Okay. With a big smile on her face, because she's going to replace you. Yeah. Two things, men, and you hear it all the time. Here it is. I am bored. And number two, I am not happy. I am bored and I am not happy. Bored has no excuse because there's plenty of things to do. If you're bored, you are a moron. Period. There's too many things to do when you're bored. It's an indicator psychologically when a woman says she's bored, that means she wants to go back out in the streets. Period. That means she needs to be entertained by the men who she's used to being entertained by when she was 19, 20, 21, 22. That's what it means. When she says she's bored, she's not getting attention from the opposite sex because you are at work. Or for you women who are listening, that means her husband or her boyfriend is not at home. So she's bored because she's seeking attention and validation. Because she can't generate. She has a problem with making her own hobbies. She has no internal talent. She can't sit there and read a book, make a magazine, write a book, be calm, be sensible, and focus on her own zone. That is typically made for men on a higher probability. Men are very good at doing that because men are made to be sensible and logical. And he can probably sit in a cave all day, read a book, watch a movie, eat some popcorn, and probably drink a beer and be all right with it. But a woman, just like a child, can't sit still for too long. She got to be entertained. She needs somebody to throw darts at her and tell her that she's pretty and take her places and entertain her like an entertaining clown. Those clowns are typically called simps. So just like a child, the thing that come out of their mouth is, I'm bored. When if you come to me and you tell me that you're bored, that's almost like slapping me in the face and telling me I'm not a man. I take great offense, and I have nothing to do with your life. I don't know you. We don't know each other. And we probably might be associates or just passerbys and just talking. But the fact that you came up in my face and said, I'm bored, immediately, I actually want to cuss you out. Really, I get offended. I get very offended because there's so much I can say in that moment. I'm bored. I can't help but look at you like a zombie that you are. How can you be bored with all the available things to entertain yourself, to read, to study, to understand? You can work out, you can jog in place, you can play with finger devices and toys, you can massage your legs, you can massage your hair, you can braid your own hair, you can chew bubble gum, you can clean your glasses, brush your teeth, you can hiccup, burp, make faces, do selfies with yourself, you can do, excuse me? But you bored. The reason why it's a non-negotiable breaking point of our friendship and our relationship, because that lets me know that you aren't real, meaning you are nothing in my presence because you're nothing to yourself. So you don't earn my respect. You don't earn my respect. You don't. Now, you're going to be honored as a living human being and a person. It's not like I'm going to walk over you and talk bad about you and disrespect you. No, I'm just going to walk right past you and pretend as if you don't exist. Because you're completely lame, or what some people say, you are grits. You are a natural bowl of grits. No sugar, no butter, barely even cooked. You are born with grits in your panties. You're born grits in your baby bottle, and you want somebody to entertain you. Men, wake the hell up. And the second thing, I'm not happy. 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 I'm just not happy. Let me tell you something. And this may be the only time when I'm going to tell you this. And this is something that this is a side of me that I've only showed my companions. But I'm going to give you, have y'all watched the movie Bleach before, the anime Bleach? In Bleach, one of the characters' name was Ichigo. And he had a Bankai. If y'all don't know this, look it up. And one of his uniforms in Bankai was when he dressed up in his black suit and his sword that was really, really big transformed to be very, very small and black and long. And he was dealing with one of the Harankais. And the Harankai was laughing at this guy. Actually, this is when he met Neil, the girl with the green hair. This actual episode. And what happened was he was holding back for so long. He was holding back his Bankai. He didn't want to use it because he was saving it for other enemies. So he was holding it back. He didn't want to reveal his Bankai. And when that Harankai, I know it's probably a different name, but I'm just naming that right now. I know there's a different name for it. The enemy, how about that? The enemy kept on goading him and teasing him and said, "Oh, show me your Bankai, show me your Bankai." Ichigo kept denying, and the enemy realized that he was of course, Ichigo was actually holding back. So he kept on edging Ichigo on, and Ichigo said, "I will only show you this for a couple of seconds. Only for a few seconds." And he did. In that clear second, he transformed the Bankai. And when he did, that's when the enemy was slaughtered in a matter of seconds. And when the enemy came to, or as he was falling down on the ground, he noticed that Ichigo was in his Bankai mode, but he went back to his normal, there's a name for it, normal mode outside of Bankai. So that's what I think about this situation. I'm only going to show you this for just a couple of minutes, or as short as I can, because I want to give you this for a reason about I'm not happy. Okay, so let me go ahead and transform to Bankai, and I'll show you. When I truly love a woman, listen carefully, I would die for her. Nothing in the world is going to stop me from being with her or being by her side, helping her. I don't mind working my fingers to the damn bone as long as she is well, she's healthy, and there's a smile on her face. I will travel from California to New York overnight if she tells me that she has a migraine or a headache, just to be by her side, to kiss her hands, to massage her shoulders, and so she can hear my voice in her ears, to know that she is the number one woman in my world. Now, I can do that. I didn't say that I was an imp. I'm saying it's possible if that availability was there. If certain types of women appreciated that. If that was honored. If it was not the good boy, good boy, good boy, you're such a nice guy. No. If that was honored, if she did not flip around so much, if she wasn't so fickle, if she did not chase the bad boy all the time and put the good boy on the shelf where he gets second helpings, then maybe it would be possible. Maybe in the old days, but it's not possible today. because I'm not a nice guy. And as a matter of fact, I will be the last person that you yourself would want to call me to come and do those sort of things, because I don't trust you. But we're not going to talk about my companions that I have, because that's a very personal and detailed matter. That's practically none of your damn business. But clearly what I'm doing is working, and they are very satisfied of my performance. Now, why did I say that? Are you ready? I'm going to explain it to you right now. Because it's uncomfortable to walk in the rain to make sure that she's dry. It's uncomfortable to work 12 or 13 hours a day just to make sure she has clothes on her damn back. It's costly. It's uncomfortable to fly from California up there to New York City just because you got a headache and a migraine. It's time, money, and energy exhaustion. It's tiresome to come home every day to this one woman and make sure she's protected, make sure that she's doing well, make sure that she's eating, making sure that I'm the man that I always was. It is not easy, and it is not a happy time. It is not always going to be wine and roses in a marriage where everything's going to work out perfect. Sometimes I'm going to hate your guts. Sometimes I'm going to want to open up the window and push you out of it and exchange you from the girl who's next door, smiling at me, probably younger than you, looking better than you, and probably even smell better than you. It is not a happy time. Looking at my kids in the face that I have to pay for every day, putting them through college, taking them back and forth to school, making sure that they're protected, making sure that they are healthy, taking them back and forth to their doctor's appointment. It is not a happy time. Watching them when they're running, playing with people in their neighborhood, making sure that their shoes are tied, making sure that they're making every possible and good step that they can. It is not a happy time. When I got to sit in student and teacher conferences, it is not a happy time. When they get measles, when they have to get shots, or if they got ear problems, if they have runny noses, if I got to make sure that they are getting cleaned and they're getting the bacteria detox from their body, it is never a happy time. Worrying about their future, worrying about what's going to happen tomorrow, and making sure that the finances is steady every single damn day is not a happy time. Do you not understand? But I'm going to tell you what is not truly going to be a happy time. When you are alone and you eating cat foods with your damn cats, that's truly worse than a non-happy time. When you're at home and the only thing that's going to keep you cold in the summertime is your cold wine and nobody there to share it with you, now you tell me if that's a happy time. That's a dead time in your life. When you are an old woman and you're in the nursing home and nobody wants to come and see your raggedy, scraggly, wrinkled ass, you come and talk to the world and tell the world that that is the best time in your life. That is truly not a happy time. When nobody loves you, but everybody calls you old, they lie to you and say, oh, you're just so cute, and I love older women, and I just love them because those MILFs, they really get me going, but yet you can't get them. They slip through your finger like wet noodles and rat bags and a fish that you just pull out of the water. You go ahead and tell me what type of happy time that is. That is truly not a happy time. Think about it. Seeing one of your loved ones, whether it is your child, whether it is your grandparents, whether it is your mother, whether it is your loved one, or possibly even one of your siblings in the hospital, either on their deathbed, their pass away bed, whatever bed you call it. It's a bed that you don't want them to be in. And the fact that they're in a hospital, that is not a happy time at all. It is not a happy time to get that notation from the doctor that says, I can't do nothing for you. I have to amputate. That is not a happy time when your doctor says you are stage 1, 2, or 3 of anything, because you know that you are stage 1, 2, 3 near death. That is not a happy time, and you there to witness it, and it may not be you, but it may be that person that you know of. It is not a happy time. And if that was you and not your friend that you're listening to that has this so-called disease or illness or situation going on in their life, if it is you, you realize immediately, because the Reaper came for you at that particular unfortunate time, it is not a happy time. Let me help you with your priorities. Let me help you with your priorities. It is not about a happy time. It's about results. It is not what puts a smile on your face. It's the smiles that you put on other people's goddamn face. It's not all about you and your happiness. It's the sun that you bring on the earth and over everybody else's dark days and their dark nights. That's what it's about. It's about service of the next person. It's about service of the future. It's about service of your children that you are suffering for. It's about service for your companion that you are suffering for daily. It's about service of keeping this house going because you want to be a role model. You want to be a leader. You want to be a shining light and an example for your family in the future that's going to lead to a brighter possibility and open up a brighter, more extended future that matters, not you and your personal goddamn happiness. To hell with your happiness. To hell with your happiness. It's about what you do for others that matter at the end of your life. The nerve talk about, I'm not happy. Take your happy ass somewhere else. No, your non-happy ass. There's no worse combination than I'm bored and I'm not happy. That's a clear sign that you don't need to be standing there in front of me. I will immediately take your bags myself physically, put it in front of the door wherever the hell you are and tell you to get off of my property. Or I'm going to call the officials. I'm going to call the public authorities and tell them to come get your ass. Get out of my face. Guess what? Period. That's a done deal right there. That's a done deal. That lets me know you're selfish, you're self-serving, and you're redundant in your own success. Why do I say this? You are responsible for your own happiness. You are responsible to entertain yourself. Everything. You got a lot of things here that can give you the inspiration that you need, that can put a smile on your face. If you don't know how to create your own spectrum and your own possibility and hone you, because you are your own temple. Years ago, it was in Christianity, and they still think that way today, because, of course, I told you I've been there. They would say that the body is the temple of God, or the body is your temple. And you are not supposed to violate your body as the temple. So you are the host. You're in this body, and let's just say you have a soul. But if you're talking like this, you don't. You don't have a soul talking about, I'm bored and I'm not happy. You don't have a soul. No. But if you do have a soul and you're not talking that nonsense, okay? You are responsible for your temple. You clean your temple.
You wash your temple. You make sure the windows are well maintained so there's no leaks or wind coming through the windows through high pressures in tough situations. You make sure that your walls are clearly fortified and safe in a matter of a uproar in your life or an earthquake that can topple you over. You make sure that your ground is right and tight and the structure isn't going to break or separate itself during high seasons or low seasons or all four seasons. You want to make sure that the plumbing is correct. That's why you go get colon cleanser, dummy. You want to make sure that you're getting things properly in and out, such as the electrical nodes, which is your neurological centers and your nerve endings. So you want to make sure that your body is clearly and right and in line with who you are and what you're supposed to be, even more so when you want to be the best version of yourself. You are responsible for this temple. You are the only person that own this castle. And when you are waiting for the world to entertain you, when you're waiting for people to make you happy, what that means is you are a open house. You are a natural. Here we go, men. You are a 304 by nature. That means you don't have a lock to your door. Your door is open and you need people to come in and out. To keep you from being vacant or seemingly vacant or seemingly, are you ready? Empty. Because you are generally empty because you have no residence within your temple. You don't own yourself. Anybody and everybody owns you. You a natural bathhouse. You know what a bathhouse is? All these people swimming and bathing in this building with all kind of bathtubs and hot tubs in it. That's you. Because I'm bored. Board your ass somewhere else. Unworthy. Nobody can own you. Even if they could, it wouldn't be enough. Even if they could. Even if one person comes inside you, inside your temple, and they're standing there like, yeah, I want to own this place. It's big, it's spacious, it's nice. You know what you're going to say? I'm bored. And here we go. I'm not happy because guess what? He's not enough. Or they are not enough. Because you got to have more than one person coming in and out of your temple. In and out of your temple. To keep you occupied. Then when you jump in there and you say, I'm not happy, that means you want more, or a new batch of people constantly entertaining you, coming in and out of your temple. Because here's the thing. If you believe in God, your words believe in God. But I'm on your foot pattern here because I need to teach you something. So I got to speak your language. You know how you speaking to kids? You got to speak kids' languages. Like kindergartners, you can't talk algebra and biology to a kid. They're not going to understand what you're talking about. Or a first grader. So you got to talk to them at their ABC level. Okay, so at your level is... So if you believe in God so much, then you know that God gave you your life. And you're talking about, oh, I'm a boss, babe. I'm independent. I'm strong. I can do it all by myself. I'm great. Well, if you are, that means you're responsible to entertain yourself and to make yourself happy. If you don't, okay, you are your own self shambles. But I'm going to ramp this up and I'm going to jump to the final chapter here. I was thinking as well with this saying, I'm bored and I'm not happy. And of course, this all was after I was talking about, I understand when you want to leave the house and you want to get your own money, women, that is, and they don't want to trust in men while he's out there doing whatever that he want to do. This is going to bridge to this final chapter, why I just glazed upon it just a little bit. Okay? I'm going to finish it there. As much as I am a RP provider, let me take a drink here. Actually, I got my green tea today, ladies and gentlemen. It's been a while. I can't really function without my tea. I enjoy it. No sugar. Straight. I don't even mess around with the sugar. It's just natural, just the way that it is. I don't need to mess around with sugar. I can't tell you when the last time now if I did, it would be organic cane sugar if I put sugar in anything, but I can't tell you when the last time I put sugar in anything. They already has sugar in it. I never add additional sugar. When you look at the contents of some things, they already add sugar in it. It says it'll say let's say what it say. It'll say sugar 18, normally 18 plus 18, something like that. Then it says additional sugar 42. You're like, oh my God. Oh my God. Oh man. Why didn't they say in total it's just 60 grams? Why didn't they say, 60 grams of sugar? Instead of saying, well, the normal sugar is 18, we added 42. Like, really? And then on top of that, you want to add your own sugar from the sugar box in the cabinet or something like that. Wow. Wow. No, sir. No, sir. No. So I get stuff that are bitter and the sugar is very low. Very, very low. Low, like 6 grams or lower than that. And I add no more to it. Nothing. So for the common teenager or kid, it will be nasty. But these teas got 0 sugar. So it's almost bitter. And I don't mind it. I'm so used to organic food, it tastes good to me. But the average person, they be like, man, I gotta have some, lemonade, some lemon in it, and a little bit of sugar or something. No, I just drink it straight. Like when I used to drink coffee, same way, just straight, nothing. Don't add anything to it. That's what like salad. Yeah, we just owned it for a second. It's like salad. Sometimes the salad is good. You got the lettuce, you got the kale, or whatever else you put in it, right? A little bit of whatever you want to add in your salad. Sometimes people put fruit in it. It's okay. But when you start adding the dressing to it and toppings, now you messed it up. Trying to eat healthy, now you're contradicting yourself. It's counterproductive. So let me get back to this. I hold men accountable for a lot of things. I really, truly hold men accountable. I really do. This is why on my channel it's balanced. I tell it like it is. See, men are solely responsible for the way they treated a lot of women. Now, I'm not going to say all the time. I'm not going to say men are generally abusive and that's, the truth that women were struggling with men and men were just patriarchal and control of. No. No, that's not what I'm saying. Don't put words in my mouth. What I am saying was there wasn't enough good examples, because if it was good, why is she leaving? What did I just say? You want me to repeat myself? If it was good, then why is she leaving? Do you know why some women, some, not all, they are in marriages today because their man is good? They stayed with their man for 30 years because some of these men were good. I didn't say all. I know that some marriages are bad. Sometimes it's obligation. There's money behind it. I get it. I know. So you don't have to tell me. But what I'm saying, a small percentage, probably 2%, those men are good. They provide more than just finances. He's probably still funny. Probably still tickle her like nobody else can. He stayed on his grind. He polished himself. So if most men were good like that, why would women want to just up and leave and not want to be at home? Be a nurturer, fall back into her feminine energy, feminine shell. There are reasons why women don't want to be at home, and a lot of it is because of the men. It's because of no suitable men, generally sometimes. I understand that women are out there making money now. Women are out there becoming the versions that they want to be. Whether to say, I comprehend and you should as well, it's not ending well. It's not going to end well either for a lot of them. But at least for the beginning phases and for right now, for some of them, they're having a good time until the wall comes crashing down. But I get why it seems more interesting than to be at home, because there's a lot of weak men. There's a lot of men who are ridiculous to the max. They get too comfortable. They themselves. Let me slow down. Didn't I just tell you that I've been speaking to people this whole week? Okay? And I don't want to say this on air, but I got to be honest with you. I have to say this, and I'm not trying to beat on my chest. I just want you to know this. I can't tell you no other way. It's hard. I can't show you. I cannot. Even if I put this on video, I can't put really, I'm going to tell you why I can't do it. I'm going to tell you why. These husbands, wives, when they see me, their husband no longer exists. What that means is they're going to find a way. Let's say, let me give you, if we was having a cookout and we was barbecuing at somebody's house and I'm invited for dinner and there's 3 or 4 families there and they have husbands. Okay. A wife or 2, I would say out of 5 of them, 3 of them, they will find a way to corner me or either get me in the kitchen while I'm all by myself, or I'm walking to my car, one of them be sitting out on the porch, and I hear her whistle over or something. Hey, psst, psst, psst. Or she start making noises that I can hear her, rustling or something, just so I can turn my head. Because most women aren't going to catcall a man. She's just not going to do that. No, she's going to purposely drop her lemonade glass or something so I can hear her and turn around and see her when she bends over to grab her glass. Okay. Or she's going to beat on the wooden post that's on the porch to make me think that's R. What she'll do is she'll chase, if she has some kids, she'll purposely chase her kids up there in the porch or wherever she's at on purpose, because the voices of kids carry. I know that. I'm around them all the time. They carry. You hear kids laughing and, chuckling. And sometimes it sounds like somebody's fighting, but, as this kids playing, you're going to turn around and look for a little bit. Women don't operate like men. They operate with outer communication, with signals, with passive communication, not direct communication. They're very passive. So she'll purposely run up there where she never runs before, right? Never seen her run ever since she's been with her husband or alone with her kids. She's just sitting on the porch. She'll never run with them, but she know I'm up there. So now she's going to run around in her Daisy Duke shorts that she never wear on purpose, because she know I'm going to turn around and look. And then she's going to ask a question while she's pretending to be out of breath. And Morpheus, where are you going? Where are you going? Oh, you said you was talking to that girl about this. Can you show me something? Or, hey, I got a question about this. You was talking about, come here. Let me show you what she's talking about. And I go on over there, and then here we go. Either way it goes, what I am telling you is that they will try to find a way to monkey branch from these married men over to me. Okay? Now, I told you about my companions, but my companions know all about this, and they're not jealous girls. They think it's a very funny thing. They won the prize. The seats are already taken. Okay? But they don't worry about women like these. They don't have that type of issue because they understand there is a standard that I have that 90% of women, especially in America, can't reach. So they're 100% confident they can walk away and go home or do their own thing and know that daddy isn't going to be with no other person. I'm with them. I got what I want. I made it that way, just like I try to teach other men to do. I made a standard and I made my own kingdom because I did that for protection, not for happiness, but for results. Let me say that again. Not for happiness, for results. I'm with my girls for results. It's not solely based on happiness. Although there were companions, excuse me. They don't like that when I call them my girls, companions. There is some happiness. Yeah, it's going to come. It's going to go. It's going to come with its own benefits, but that's not the foundation of it. Okay? It's not. I don't think like that. I'm bored and I need to be happy. No. So the point that I'm saying all this because this, listen, I told you I didn't want to, but I have to tell you this. They don't like, half the time, they don't like the men that they've married. They don't. These married men are soft. They're fat. They can't see their feet. They come home from being a UPS driver, or they've been working construction. These guys drink beer. They're pretty much low-hanging fruit dudes. Now, I'm not saying blue collar is low-hanging fruit. Listen to how I'm describing them. Fat, out of shape. They don't do what they used to do. They're not the man they once was. They got a powder keg now. They're going bald. They're not trying to better themselves. They're not staying in the gym. They don't throw a football anymore. They don't try to pick her up and swing her around the house anymore. So she'll say, I'm bored and I'm not happy. But she has every reason not to say it in that situation because you men produce it. I wouldn't be happy with your macaroni ass either. I get bored of you too if you keep coming home looking like the same joker that she've always hated and never wanted to be with, but you never did anything to be the best man or the man that you used to be. Yeah, I'd get bored of you too. So a lot of times these burn women badly. They want to go back out in the streets. They want to find another man. They know a better man when a better man comes around the corner. Now, I'm not saying I'm a better man. I'm not. I'm a regular guy. I'm just like you. I struggle every day. And I have my shortcomings. I'm not doing a whole lot more special than what the average man is doing anyway. But there's something that I am doing, and that is staying on my square, keeping myself together, keeping myself groomed, staying free, staying functional, continuously staying in the gym, and staying on my male card, staying in control of myself and my life, not being a step stool for anybody, especially for my companions. And women can smell that confidence from miles away. But when she's used to being with you and you're lackadaisical and you weak and you're passive, you ain't going nowhere in your life, you don't make her laugh anymore. Everything is all serious and it's all about obligation. Of course, she's not going to want to be with you. And unfortunately for you, I'm always that person that she's going to be talking to in the shadows. Or you could also say, maybe even fortunate for me that I am the magnet. It's fortunate because I learn from these situations. And it blows my mind all the time because I always have to ask them, but you married. That's what comes out of my mouth. Often, too often. But you're married, ma'am. But you're married. But you're married. It's like, well, forget about him. Oh, shoot. Excuse me? Yeah, forget about him. Or he don't have to know. Or what about him? Oh, that's the worst. Right there, that's the worst, men. That's the worst right there. What about him? And I begin to wonder why these women do that. And not only just what I've explained to you, a lot of times you men selected these type of women and you made a standard that you didn't stay on. Now, I get it. I get it. You don't have to critique me because I got an oven. I bake red pills. So you don't got to tell me about what's going on. MGTOW, and you can't trust a woman and all that type of stuff. You know, these girls ain't loyal. These girls ain't loyal. I know. You ain't got to tell me that. I see this every day. Okay? I get it. But too many times you men produce this. Do you not understand? If men were to do an about face and get back to standards, get back to holding women accountable, get back to being the man that you are supposed to be, where she has no excuse, and then you stay on your square, stuff will begin to change. It's one story if you are the alcoholic and you smoke too much, you ain't trying to get nothing done at home, and you a lazy bum. You're fat, you out of shape. You know, well, she still loved me. She loved me this way. She always gonna love me. No, that's a damn lie, sir. Sir. If she's talking about she loves your love handles, she like your chubby cheeks and your chubby stomach, she's lying to you. She's lying to you. Listen, I hate to say it. I gotta say it. I'm trying my best. I am a different type of dude where I see these girls all the time where if I'm in that room or around the corner, she'll say that to your face. Oh, he's so cute. I'll never leave my husband. I love his he's so fat. He's so big. He's big to me. He don't have to have muscles. As soon as she go around the corner and you're out of earshot or your cell phones somewhere else, immediately you don't exist anymore because I'm there in that square now. And she's like, oh, I like this instead. Because she's manipulating you, and you manipulate yourself by not keeping yourself in shape and in order. That will be a different story. I get it. When you drop the ball and you become a lazy ass and she walks away from you and she wants to be with a capital A like myself, that's your damn fault. And then she cheats on you. Okay? Or some other guy, because other men, they don't have any filters, so they'll accept anything. As long as it's walking and it's talking. I don't do that. I correct the situation and I use it as a learning program for me to ask them why are they doing it so I can give it to you, the classroom. But it's not like, well, it's like that generally that men jump off the square. So you give them that inspiration to be with another man because you a loser. Okay? But at the same time, if you do close the gap, if you become a best version of yourself, if you do become the Jeff Bezos like you're supposed to be, and you're in the gym, you're taking care of yourself, and she's acting out. She wants to flirt around. She wants to put herself on the internet and broadcast herself or put a for sale sign in front of her house, even though you're supposed to be the owner of it, with no intentions of selling. You are to hold her accountable. But a lot of men aren't doing that. And because you don't, and you haven't done this at the beginning of the time when women say, oh, I can get the bag now, I don't need you. Because men lead with their little Oscar Mayer, they don't tell the truth. Men, y'all don't tell the truth. Instead of telling her, no, I don't like your PhD, I don't like your job, it's not going to make you more attractive, I don't want to be whatever, you need to be at home, I'd rather you be a stay-home mom, and, I love you that way. You'll keep telling her to go get the bag. You say, no, I love you. A doctor? Oh, that is so sexy. I love your doctor degree. Go ahead and wrap that up in some plastic and let me lay next to you. As a matter of fact, when you lay down in bed, bring your degrees with us so we both can let's have an orgy with your degrees. Pause. Let me have an orgy with your smart mind. Really? No, I'm excited because you're very, very intelligent. So that just gets me off. No, sir. No. Men say that because they just want to get validation from her. Anything that'll cause her to open up like a rosebud. Anything that can break the ice. Oh, you're a Virgo. Well, dang, I'm a Virgo too. I like Moose Track ice cream. Oh, you do? Well, doggone it. Dang, I just had that this morning. I couldn't get enough of it. The star signs brought us together. He will say all that kind of stuff. Oh my God, that's your favorite store too? Yeah, I like shopping here too. Yeah, I do too. Oh, you like that TV show? Oh man, I saw that TV show just yesterday and man, that was a trip. I'm gonna watch it tonight. You want to watch it with me? Anything, ladies, anything to get in your temple. Anything. So therefore, because too many of them did not correct the situation or did not tell the truth, let's swing this all the way over here to the final chapter where we was talking about of why I hold, the majority of men accountable for the bad behaviors in the society. Because if you do an about face, there will be an evolution. Or die alone with a dog. It's as simple as that. Eventually, if 100 people were to realize, and they just in one building or in a building complex, and they are not going to get the romance or the love or the kindness and compassion, and they're going to grow old as old people, and nobody's going to come and visit them, there's going to be a few who's going to say, oh, hell no. They're going to change their standards. It may not be all of them. It may be, in the worst case scenario, it might be 5 or 6, out of 100. But there's still going to be a few who's going to look at the situation for what it really is and say, nah, I think I'm going to go back home to my husband. I think I'll rather take care of my kids. I'm going to go ahead and, it may not be happiness all the time. Yeah, I'm going to get, these diapers don't smell good. Yeah, the teenagers are going to bicker with each other. Yeah, she's going to wreck my brand new car every now and then. Yeah, I get it. We may talk about finances. It might be a trouble every now and then. I might be a little jealous because I see that he might be talking to people on his career and his business. I might be worried about him traveling out of town and dancing with a Becca or a Dashane, but or a Lopez, but well, that might be an unhappy time, but there's nothing more unhappier than to journey through life a used, overly driven, overpriced, underappreciated merchandise that's been sold, used, discarded, sold, used, discarded, found, recycle bin, brought back out of the cycle bin, distorted, used, entered, exit, distorted, used, back in a recycle bin, pulled back out, and then actually now you're 65, 70, let's just start at 45. You're 45, one up, and you're useless. And the only loyalty that you will ever get is your dog that's sleeping at the foot of your bed, looking at you like you are a crazy human being. They'll be loyal, but if dogs can speak, they'll look around the house and say, something's missing. Something's missing. Oh, I forgot. That's right. You have nothing in your temple. You are a hollowed out husk of an individual with nothing but a dark and dead future. That is true unhappiness. When your Valentine's Day will never come, where there's no kids that you will ever hug of your own, that there's no other kid that would ever truly call you a biological mother. There's plenty of kids that will call you mother, but biological is a different story. Exit with the issues if you can't have birth. That's a different story. We're not talking about that. We're talking about if you can. Okay, take your hatred and your emotions somewhere else. That means you want to hear what you want to hear. But in this academy, you hear what I am saying and you listen to me. If not, you make yourself the fool that probably you already was to begin with. If you even have to go down this path. Okay? If you can naturally have a child, if you can naturally have a husband, if you can build a family of your own, that is an awesome achievement, especially when you do it right. Now, I do not stand by marriage. I don't. It's not marriage. It's the consequences of divorce. And it's what goes on in marriage, because oftentimes when people get married, they get lackadaisical. See? Let's say, for example, I just told you that sometimes you have to suffer to take care of the person you love, right? Did I not say that? Okay, let's get into it and call this audio a finality. Let's say that I did meet this girl who I will sacrifice my life for. Like everything I just described, she's that type of girl who is everything I need and want her to be, right? And I am the same for her. And let's just say if the rules was if we divorced, we died, or we got thrown in the pit of fire, or we did bad stuff, right? We're, I don't know, horrible things, drug in the middle of the street, roped and all that. But let's say if that was the consequences, would it, listen. Hear me on this one. Would it matter if I know and she knows and it is done that we are permanently secure that we're going to be together? It wouldn't matter, right? There's no gold at the end of the rainbow. Yeah, it'll be an incentive. Yeah, you're gonna think about it twice, of course. But we wouldn't concern ourselves with separating ourselves. We wouldn't concern, because we're not looking at that. It don't matter to us. We're gonna be together anyway. Okay. But today, listen. Today, there's an incentive to not be with each other. It's easy to walk away and somebody takes all your jewels and your success and everything like that. And not only that, people don't come together to be permanent with each other. They come together with an ulterior motive. It's not real anymore because the wheels have fallen off because of the standards of society. Because the mindset that we have, because most people just want to get in and get out. And a lot of times, to be frank with you, and yes, I do hold men accountable, but here's another fact. Men are just responding to women's bad behavior. That's all it is. Men are responding to the consequences of an unbalanced and unrighteous and unjustice divorce system. They're responding to women who want to be 304s. They're responding to women who said, well, I don't want to be married right now. I just want to go have fun. I don't trust men. Men are all dogs. They're all dogs. So I'm just going to just give them what they want and make them pay for it. And that's just going to be my day until I feel like getting married when I'm in my danger zone. That is between the ages of 30 and 40. Men are like, oh, yeah, okay, I'm reloaded, okay. Then I'll treat you that way. You want it? I'll give it to you. Well, so I get it. Yes, I know that. So you have the responding situation as well. So you could say it's a double whammy. They're responsible and they're responding. Do you see that? You see the confusion? Some men make the problem, but yet they're responding to the problem that they have generated. So you have the confusing and the distorted environment that you have today. This is why you have coaches, not dating coaches, life coaches. This is why you have professors like myself and others. This is why you have MGTOW. That's why you have Red RP providers. This is why I have podcasts, women and men having discussions, because we are confused idiots. You cannot complain about something that you've created. If you're creating a problem, or if you're responsible for it, clean it up. And if it's still a problem, walk away. Or, in other words, if you want to fix the problem, stop being a part of the problem altogether and just disconnect yourself. Go MGTOW or monk. It's very simple. FAL, as Coach Adams says, free agent for life. If you really want to do that. But there's too many betas, and betas are winning. So it's not the men who have corrected their mistake that I'm talking about specifically. There are betas in the numbers who do not get this conversation that we're talking about today. That men are held responsible for bad behavior, but at the same time, both us as men and women, we're not getting what life is generally all about. We want instant gratification, and we are distorting the future, and who hurts the most is the entire human race. And your kids and teenagers, your offsprings, is who are going to have to deal with this mess that we have created. Because we're just too stuck on ourselves. We're too bored and too unhappy. If men will walk away from women who allows that to come out of their mouth, maybe it can be corrected. Maybe they will have to learn how to entertain themselves and make themselves happy. Yeah, they already do. I get it. I see you. I know how they do it. Yeah. I gotta. Yeah. Lesbians. Yeah. I know. Shh. Don't say that too loud. Self-love and body positivity sort of thing. Don't worry about it, girl. You're bad anyway. Yeah, I know. Those are the ones who's going to be, remember what I said about the apartment? This big old complex with 100 people who don't want to adhere to the future. There's going to be 7 who's going to awaken and find their life the way it's supposed to be. The rest of them, listen, I'm not going to say it. I'm going to leave that alone. I'm going to let y'all fill in the blanks. You get, let me mind. I'm going to let it go. You go ahead and do your homework on that one. The 7 of them will be saved, but the rest of them, you'll see. I'm going to put it like that. You will see, and you're seeing it now. You're witnessing it every day. It's just only going to get worse. That is the lesson of today, ladies and gentlemen. And I expect that you have learned something and seen and heard something that elevated your mind here in the Academy of Hamid today. And I do my best to continue to enlighten you, possibly even educate you, and give you some inspirating words. Until next time,